Most people think connecting with God requires long prayers, long fasting, or long hours in church. But sometimes, all it takes is 3 minutes of doing something almost nobody talks about. This is the story of a man who discovered a simple practice that pulled him into God's presence faster than anything he had ever tried before. His name was David. He was a good man, a believer, someone who genuinely loved God. But life had become loud. There was work, stress, constant phone notifications, deadlines, and just a feeling of always being on the move. His faith was still there, but his heart felt far from God. He would pray, but his mind would wander off. He'd read the scriptures, but nothing really sank in. He would worship, but he felt empty inside. It was frustrating for him, because he kept thinking, why does God feel so distant when I'm trying so hard to reach him? One morning, after a long week of feeling spiritually dry, David visited his friend Michael. Now, Michael was a man known for his calmness, his peace, and his undeniable closeness with God. He always seemed steady, no matter what was happening around him. So David finally opened up and asked him, "How do you connect with God so deeply? What am I missing here?" Michael just smiled gently and said, "Most of us rush into God's presence with a lot of noise. But God often reveals himself in stillness. Let me show you something." He asked David to sit down and just close his eyes. "No talking," he said. "No begging. No asking for things. Don't even think about your problems. Just breathe, slowly, and imagine placing your entire attention on God's presence." David did as he was told, but he felt a little awkward. He asked, "What am I supposed to feel?" Michael replied, "Nothing yet. Just breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth." Now, Michael continued softly, "As you breathe, say this in your heart. God, I'm here." Don't pray long. Just be aware that he is with you. 30 seconds passed, then a minute, then 2. At first, all David could feel was his own racing thoughts. But then, slowly, something shifted. His breathing steadied. The tension in his shoulders began to relax. His mind became quiet, and a gentle warmth washed over him. This wasn't some emotional hype or something he was imagining. It was a calm, peaceful awareness. In that moment, he felt something he hadn't felt in months: God's nearness. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't loud. It was just real. When the 3 minutes were over, David opened his eyes in surprise. "That's it?" he asked, almost in disbelief. Michael nodded. "That's all. 3 minutes of stillness and awareness." This practice pulls your heart into alignment with God faster than long prayers prayed with a noisy mind. David was amazed. He had always believed he had to do more to feel God. More time, more words, more effort. But here he was, feeling closer to God in 3 quiet minutes than he had in weeks of trying. Michael explained, "God is always present. We're the ones who are scattered. Stillness gathers us back to him." So David went home and tried it again that night. He sat on his bed, closed his eyes, breathed deeply, and whispered in his heart, "God, I'm here." This time, tears filled his eyes, not from sadness, but from a deep sense of connection he couldn't explain. It became his daily practice. Every morning, 3 minutes. Every night, 3 minutes. And slowly, everything in his life started to change. His anxiety softened. His thoughts became clearer. He became calmer in his reactions. And his relationship with God grew more and more intimate. People around him even started to notice. "You seem different," they'd say. And he was. Because he finally understood that God doesn't need complexity to connect with his children. He just needs space. 3 minutes of surrender. 3 minutes of silence. 3 minutes of awareness. That was the secret David had been missing all along. He later told someone, "I thought I needed to chase God. But all along, I just needed to slow down long enough for him to catch my attention." And that's the truth for all of us. You don't need hours to touch God's presence. You don't need perfect spiritual performance. You don't need the right music or the right atmosphere. You just need 3 honest minutes where your heart says, "God, I'm here." Because in that simple, quiet moment, he whispers back, "I've been here all along." Thanks so much for watching. If this story encouraged you, please consider subscribing for more content like this. We'll see you in the next video.